Hi, everyone. Hope everything is going well and that you enjoyed your weekend. So I had to submit midterm grades already just a few days ago, which is really just a snapshot of how everybody is doing in the class. But of course, you can let me know if you have any concerns about your status in the class. And I have not yet had a chance to finish grading the preparing your work assignment, but should get to that shortly. But I do hope, of course, that assignment was helpful for you. I remember when I first submitted some fiction to a magazine when I was in high school a long time ago. I had no clue about formatting or about query letters, and of course, I recall that those stories that I submitted were not very good anyway, so it's probably best that I got rejection letters, and I still have them. So this week, we will be finishing Module 3 with an assignment on submitting your work, and then another pre-flexion. So first, for Tuesday, we have another set of lesson materials for you to read through and watch. There were some videos, and those are focusing on what you should do when submitting your work to a publisher. And here we're moving beyond how you should be formatting your work like we did this last week. So as I mentioned in my notes with the materials on Canvas, as you go through all of those materials, you'll want to consider, why is it important to read the magazine that you're submitting to? And it is important. And also what goes into an effective pitch or an effective query to an editor, and what should you not do? And also what should be included in a cover letter when submitting your manuscript. So those are some things that our class readings will be addressing. And of course, some of you might have already noticed how some publishers that you looked at this last week explicitly ask for a query letter or cover letter with their submission guidelines. And this is, of course, is something that you'll get to practice for Tuesday's discussion activity, a query letter, once you finish going through the lesson materials. So for Tuesday's discussion, you will write a query letter pitching your work to a specific publication. And in your post, beyond submitting the query letter itself, of course, you'll also need to include a note to me and your classmates explaining the genre and that you're writing, and also what specific publication that you have it intended for. And I do have some more detailed instructions on Canvas, and you'll then need to respond to at least 2 of your classmates by Thursday. So then after this week's discussion, you will prepare another pre-flexion. And this module has gone by very quickly, but it is, of course, still important to stop regularly to reflect and also to look ahead. So as we've done with the previous pre-flexion journal entries, you will not only reflect on what you've been learning and what we've been addressing in the class, but also be thinking ahead as well. And of course, as usual, take a look at the instructions for more details, and that reflection will also be due by Thursday night. And then next week, we'll be moving on to Module 4 and our focus on the publishing and editing side of the publication process. And I'll be sharing some more about that later. But if you do have any questions about anything, make sure you do let me know.